good, Commanders fans, and happy Friday. Day one of Rookie Minicamp recap. We're just going to quickly go through everything, tweets, anything that we saw. They actually went live for the Rookie Minicamp, which was pretty cool, something that they've never done before. You see Dan Quinn walking around with the Concords on and the Jordans, and guys running around doing like some type of drill, just getting hyped, getting amped, you know. And that's something that we didn't really see with the previous regime. I mean, they did get hyped up in practice and stuff, but you really see it in Rookie Minicamp. The guys getting excited. All the beat reporters were just saying, hey, this is just different. It's just a different energy, a different vibe. It's always that way with a new coach, but just the energy and the them getting hyped like that. There's like a clip of one drill. I just showed before I started, I showed the clip of Jayden Daniels. There's the throwing motion, the beautiful mechanics of him throwing the deep ball. And then, of course, the Marcus Rosemy Jacksaint Odell-esque catch where he just goes up like this and catches it. Really nice catch. Now, there's not anybody really around him, but still, I won't take away I'm not going to take anything away from the catch. The Odell catch, somebody was on him, but Rosemy Jacksaint was by himself, but it was still a beautiful, beautiful catch, and that's just how you get noticed. Shout out to my guy, Louis T. He said Rosemy Jacksaint, he doesn't believe in him much. He said he's very slow as a snail. But let's see if he makes the roster. Really, honestly, it's between him and Diami. That's the battle right there because Luke is going to make it. James Crowder is going to make it. You got to have a punt returner. Who's going to return punts if you don't have James Crowder? So if they only keep 6, Mitchell Tinsley has a chance to possibly make it. So to me, it's really between Rosemy and Diami, in my opinion. Like, you know, I don't mind keeping Diami, but I'm not like banging on the table to keep Diami. It's not like he's done anything really in the league to be like, oh, we got to keep him on the roster. That's just my take on it. Even though I am a Diami fan, I wish him the best. I hope he makes the roster and whatnot. You do need a number 3. Does Luke McCaffrey step up and do it already and be that number 3 guy? We'll see. And Jahan's got to play better too. He had a down year last year, but I'm still a huge Jahan Dotson fan. So we'll see what happens. But Rosemy Jacksaint, that is how you get noticed. As a UDFA guy, you got to make plays like that. He stepped out there and did it. So want to see more of that from him for sure. Jer'Zhan Newton was in a walking boot. He did not participate in practice. He did say he was 100%. I'm not going to panic. I don't think it's like a Fedarian Mathis situation where he's just going to be out for a long period of time at times and whatnot, like Fedarian Mathis has been. So I'm not concerned about that at all. Of course, Jayden Daniels has the number 5 jersey. I wasn't really too invested in that. Tressway started crying on the show last night with like Santana Moss and I think Logan Paulson and the beat reporter, or whoever the host of the show is, that Commander show. So he got really emotional about that, but I think it was the right thing to do. Like I said, I couldn't care less if Jayden was wearing number 5 or number 9 or whatever. I couldn't really care less, but I think it was a cool thing that Tressway did. So shout out to Tressway for that. And Jayden Daniels thanked him about that too. Jayden Daniels, if you guys are still concerned about him, he did not participate in Rookie Minicamp today, but second-year players like Casimir Allen, Mason Brooks, those guys did participate. Bryson Tremaine did participate. I don't think Mitchell Tinsley participated, if I'm not mistaken. But those are some of the second-year guys that came back and did participate, like Casimir Allen, Mason Brooks. But Jayden Daniels, it doesn't seem that he was taking part. This was JP Finlay said that. Also, like I said, Jer'Zhan Newton was out today in Rookie Minicamp. But everybody else, for the most part, participated. So there is a little bit of play-by-play, a little bit here. And so Jayden Daniels, the big thing today that really stood out, and Zach Selby wrote an article about it. He went 6 for 6 on 7 for 7. Then he went a perfect 12 for 12 on his throws. And then he says, here's who he targeted when he was in the pocket. Luke McCaffrey 3 times, so that's good. Him getting the chemistry with Luke McCaffrey, the rookie wide receiver. Michael Wiley 2 times, the guy out of Arizona that I said that is a receiving back. He's a really good receiving back. Maybe he just bring a different element to the team. Kind of like we're helping from Austin Eckler, just a different change of pace, a home run hitting guy, more of a wide receiver, like a receiving back. Chris Thompson, J.D. McKissick type of running back. Ben Sinnott had a catch. Marcus Rosemy Jacksaint had 2 catches. Bryson Tremaine had 1 catch. Tight end Colson Yankov had 1 catch. Running back Austin Jones with the USC had 1 catch. And wide receiver Nico Ragaini had a catch as well. But Zach Selby also says practice started a little differently than the contingent of media members on the sideline, which was significantly larger than normal. Has been used to in previous years. After the team finished their stretches, they all sprinted over to the coaching staff, where there was a line of bags waiting for them on the ground. The players sprinted through them with the coaches cheering them on. Second round pick Mike Sanders still said it was pre-practice competition, just getting some juice in there. That's all it was. So I love seeing that, man. I love seeing that. And basically every Beaver reporter that was there said that Jayden Daniels throws the ball really. He has a really nice ball, a really nice throw, for sure. Yeah, Zach Selby says, man, the ball really does zip out of Jayden Daniels' hands. Raise hell. And then JP Finley basically said the same thing about that as well. So I will talk about quickly about what Rick Snyder had to say too. Shout out to Rick Snyder. He made a video as well. He said that Jayden Daniels' arm flick of the wrist, like, it's really nice. It's just a nice flick of the wrist. He also says that he was telling wide receivers which way to go, and it shows that he really knows the playbook. I think Jayden Daniels and his trainer or something like that said that they were already practicing the plays of the playbook already to get ready for a rookie mini camp, and of course just get ready for the season. And then he also said Jayden Daniels threw a no-look pass in the flat, like kind of like a Magic Johnson he type of pass into the flat. So Rick Snyder said that was really nice as well. He also said that Bryson Tremaine stood out. He said he looked good today, and he's tall and has good footwork. Bryson Tremaine had a pretty good preseason last year, had a pretty solid training camp too, but he just wasn't able to make the roster. He also said Nico out of Iowa played really well. I think he's talking about the safety out of Iowa State. I think he meant to say Ben Nickel. Ben Nickel, the safety out of Iowa State, more of a special teams guy. He said that guy is going to be a practice squad guy. He just said he was all over the field. And Ben Nickel ran like a 4.340. He had a really high RAS score as well. And he also said Luke McCaffrey had a nice downfield block. It's just the little things as well. And then also Rick Snyder did talk about the Marcus Rosemy Jacksaint nice catch as well. So I just want to talk about what Rick Snyder had to say because he was there. Of course, I was not there. I have media credentials to the Wizards games, but I don't have them to the Commanders games as well. And just talk about some of the interview stuff. So Luke McCaffrey said Jayden Daniels, he's a stud. He also said it was great to be on the field with his teammates. He got plenty of advice from his dad, Ed McCaffrey, and the rest of his family before coming to Ashburn for rookie minicamp. Ben Sennett also said he's really enjoyed getting to know Jayden Daniels, really talented and great guy. Also, Ben Sennett said today was about getting to know his teammates and learning to gel together as well. Let me see what else. What Jayden Daniels had to say. Jayden Daniels in his press conference after the practice, he said Daniels said he loves the open communication and dialogue in the quarterback room, wants to be a sponge and learn as much as he can. He also said he's focused on learning the playbook day by day, wants to get more and more comfortable as quickly as possible. So I love that, just the leadership from Jayden Daniels. Telling guys where to go, telling guys where to line up, where the routes are and stuff like that. I love that already from a young rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels. Just he's played a lot of college football, so he's got that leadership. He's already digging into the playbook and getting that chemistry. There's a video of Cliff Kingsbury just not running around, but just moving quickly and swiftly. You know, he's still a young, athletic, agile guy. He's like doing the drills with him, with Jayden Daniels and Sam Hartman as well. And then Luke McCaffrey on Jayden Daniels, he said he's a stud. I don't know who I compare him to, but he said it's been a blast. So that was good to hear about from Luke McCaffrey. Jayden Daniels starts by thanking Tressway. He's a legend here, and I thank him for letting me wear it. Yeah, shout out to Tressway. I mean, he's a legitimate Pro Bowler, all-pro player. I mean, Tressway is a legend. I know he's a punter, but he still is a legend. Yeah, JP Finley says such an easy release by Jayden Daniels. Now, I didn't see much from Brandon Coleman or any videos. There is one video. Okay, Mitch Chisholm put it up. Brandon Coleman looks every bit the size of a starting left tackle. Tonight we have his TCU O-line coach on the pod. Yes, yeah, you're going to be fired up because you're going to be fired up for Brandon Coleman and excited for what he can bring to the offensive line. So, yeah, somebody did put up a clip of Brandon Coleman. So, like I said, I mean, not much you're going to evaluate from practice, but you just see the strength and the size and whatnot. I think when we drafted Sam Cosmi, they cut Morgan Moses or something like that. Like right after the rookie minicamp practice, they cut Morgan Moses. So I'm just looking at the clip of the guys in the huddle. They're just all turned up and whatnot, but the coach is just running around and being turned up. So that's good to see too. But I'm just going to look and see if there's any more notable tweets or anything else on social media that stood out that we should talk about, if there's anything like that. And then I'll probably wrap it up for today. There is rookie minicamp day 2. So I'm going to try my best to recap that. Tomorrow's going to be very, very, very busy. Ben Stanley says control chaos. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be very, very busy. So it's going to be hard to do that as well. But yeah, Zach Selby says third round pick. Luke McCaffrey showed off impressive footwork and hands, catching every pass thrown his way. McCaffrey was a quarterback himself, and he feels like that experience absolutely helps him establish an early connection with Jayden Daniels as well. Also, defense. Sam Restell was praised for his versatility at Michigan. He's been thrown right into learning the defensive playbook so he can add that position flexibility to Washington's defensive backfield. But he doesn't sound too worried about learning the scheme. Just learning the new language. I think that's really it. That's what Mike Sainristil had to say. So yeah, that's really it. That's about it for day one. Let me see here. I'll just look at Nikki Javala real quick and see if she had any tweets that really stood out or anything like that. But I think that really sums it up. Really just the Jackson. I'm going to have a tough time saying his name, man. I really am. Marcus Rosemy Jacksaint. And then the $10,000 bet that Jayden Daniels has with Malik Neighbors, they called it off because the league told them about the gambling policy and whatnot. They can't do it. So they're not allowed to do that. They were going to do it, but they're not allowed to do it. But yeah, Jayden Daniels looked really, really good in 7-on-7. I'm not going to get too hyped up about it. I remember last year Sam Howell did really, really good in 7-on-7 too. And Sam was fine, but, you know, I'm just not going to get hyped up off of, you know, just 7-on-7 and stuff like that. But that is good to see. What stood out to me really is what Rick Snyder had to say about the leadership and him telling them about the routes and where to go. Just that he's being a leader. I want to see that leadership from Jayden Daniels, and I'm not surprised at all. I just want to hear it and see it in him being vocal. You know, they're supposed to have some virtual AI or something. I don't know. I heard out in this helmet and stuff like that. I mean, they had that before, but I got to read more on that article or whatever they were talking about. But that is good to hear. That's what sounds to me. The Rosemy Jacksaint catch, McCaffrey playing well, and just the connection with Ben Sinnott and Bryson Tremaine standing out as well, and then Jayden Daniels just stepping up and being a leader. So that's what really stood out to me. And just the energy from Dan Quinn already, and just the swag that the backwards had, the Concours and whatnot. So I love that, of course, from day one. All right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hail to the Commanders. Peace. Oh, and then we didn't really hear anything from Chiggy, the guy from Colorado State. I know it's just rookie minicamp. I didn't see anybody tweet about him. And that's about it. Nobody really tweeted. Nobody really said anything about him. Or Tyler Owens, the freak athlete. So I mean, there's still a long way to go. So those are the only things that really, like, nobody said anything about those guys. But all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hail Commanders. Peace.